Hey, yo, what's up, party people? Yo, this is Ghostface.
What's really hood besides me, your girl Remy Martin?
You know who it is. Your boy, Jada Kiss. And you listening to the Wendy Williams Experience. What's up, man?
Hey, everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. And yes, what time is it? Oh, it's the hour of truth. A special shout out to Tony Trini from Philly. How you doing?
How you doing?
Tony and so many people showed up when I was in Philly the other day doing my CD signing. Thank you very much, Tony, for all the love. And you, too, have beautiful eyes and beautifully arched eyebrows, Tony. How you doing? Dear Wendy, you ain't the only one with issues with hotels being unsanitary. I'm the same way. I thought I was cuckoo, Wendy. I get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. On vacation, I make the kids wear their socks around the room. I also have issues with the bedding after watching the Herb Denningberg report about hotel suites. Even the poshest hotels. They had the nastiest fecal stains on the carpet, the walls, the bed. Girl, please, me too. I saw it. They turned the blue light on the hotel room. There was poo-poo stains on everything. The remote in the room being like the biggest culprit. All kind of stains and feces and fecal matter and urine droppings around the toilet. And ew, just ew. It is grossing me out being on the road staying in hotels like that. It's just grossing me out. Hey, look in the New Star magazine. I got all my magazines spread in front of me. And in the New Star magazine, there's a picture of Patti LaBelle, and she's wearing cream-colored pants and flowered shoes and a flowered like muumuu type thing and a big straw hat and a white Louis Vuitton bag. And there she is with her 20-carat ring in the New Star magazine. And look what people are wearing. Well, actually, it's in the column called Worst Looks of the Week, and they put Miss Patti there. But I want you to know that this is her on the same day that she came to visit me. This very picture might have been taken outside of the radio station for all I know. This is the bag I ran when Miss Patti was here and everything. I remember she took off her Gucci shoes and showed me that they matched her outfit. This is what she had on. So look in the New Star. It is 4th of July weekend. Does anybody know how Lisa Bonet and Cree Summers are spending their weekend? Together. You can put that where? Right there. Yeah. Hey, I'm hosting a fight. Well, not hosting a fight. I am going to be out in Vegas for a fight, and I've decided to, because I'm hosting the after-fight party, so I'm turning it into my birthday party. I mean, if you care. If you care, if you're going out, if you're going to be in Bernard Hopkins and Jermaine Taylor. So the fight is at the MGM Grand on July 16th, which is a Saturday night. I know it's short notice, but, you know, I mean, do what you can. If not, I'll tell you when we get back. You can watch it on HBO or whatever. Are you a fight man? See, I like the fights to go to the fights. Like, and I'll wear something, like I'll wear a Steve Lindsay original or something because he made me 3 dresses for my pink carpet party. So now I got 2 dresses left because I only wore 1 so far. So I'll wear like a Steve Lindsay original and put a lot of hairspray in my hair and stuff. You know, real glossy fingernails and sit ringside at the fight, Bernard Hopkins and Jermaine Taylor. And then I'm going to be hosting the after party fight, which happens to be 2 days before my birthday, so I'll be just celebrating out there. At the Aladdin, right next door to the MGM Grand. At the Aladdin, right next door to the MGM Grand on Saturday, July 16th. So I'll see you at the fight, and a shout out to Herb, and a shout out to Big Reed, and, you know, I'll see you all at the fight. Bernie Hopkins and Jermaine Taylor. Hey, Trevor, you much of a fight man? I like the fights.
Yeah, that's the one sport I can't get into.
You can, yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's easy to follow. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, you just throw on Annie up and you just watch him go.
Keep it moving, right?
Right? Shout out to everybody who's picked up my new CD, Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1. That's what I'm on the road promoting right now. I'm in my last stop city on my radio tour, my worldwide radio tour. I'm in Detroit right now. I'm hosting a bunch of parties and whatnot and getting a bunch of meet and greets tonight. Earlier today, I did a lot of Detroit radio. And then yesterday I was in Chicago, Chi-Town, yeah. And let me see, shout out to everybody that I've seen in Philly. Shout out to everybody in LA. Special shout out to everybody in Dallas. And, of course, a special shout out to everybody listening in New Orleans. Shout out to everybody in Columbia, South Carolina. Oh, yeah. Sounds Familiar Records. Thank you so much for supporting my CD. Uptown Records, thank you so much. And Sam Goody. Goody's got it. Nationwide. Thank you, Goody. Shout out to Glenn. Glenn is at Harmony Records in the BX. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Harmony Records. I love you. Shout out to Lisa at Moody Records in White Plains. Shout out to all the retailers, the big ones and the small ones, every place. It's like, whoa. July 8th, I'm going to be in Hartford for a big release party. Marcus Houston is going to be at that release party, and a special shout out to Lance at Music Box in Hartford, Connecticut as well. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and about that 22-year-old single mom from Advice Hour, you know what I wanted to say, and her boyfriend's 33, he's a drug dealer and stuff like that. I mean, the reality is that drug dealers, guys in the street cats, that kind of life is exciting. You know, that thug thing, it becomes exciting to girls. I'm no different than you all in that particular thing. But what I will say is you got to watch bringing your kids into that. You know, I'm not saying that it's right for you as a young lady or me as a young lady to have gotten in or whatever involved with, people who deal drugs or who live that hard street life. But what I will say is that you've got a problem when you bring your kids into it. Now, young lady, just, to address you again, you are 22 years old and you're a single mother. You've got your son living with this 33-year-old drug dealer and you. And that's not a good look. It's not like you're 22 and doing life on your terms and you just want to take a walk on the wild side. Believe me, mother has lived. I understand. But don't bring kids up in that. Yeah, that's why I said, young lady, that it's time to leave him alone. Because, you've got children, so you've chosen the maturity side of life. So now you can't be 22 like I was, all wild and 22, making all kinds of decisions with my life that my parents, they'd have died. Let's talk about the Knowles family, please. Hollywood, how much time do I have left on this break? I don't want to rush through this. I just want to, Oh, shoot. That's what I need. Now, let's just be clear about one thing. Destiny's Child is broken up. It's alleged that Matthew Knowles is on drugs. They don't list his drug of choice, so I won't. But I will say this. He has something in common. Woo! Ba-da-ba-da. And that says nothing at all, except that if, you're on drugs, there's a handful of them that put you in a vice grip and make you run off and do wild things So Matthew's 52. I guess that's what makes it the absolute worst, is that this is somebody's father with the gray patch and all. You know what I mean? And I got 2 articles on it. You know what? This is such a touchy case, and I know I got lots of connections in Houston and everything like that. I feel uncomfortable talking about this case simply because I know, Matthew's a businessman and whatnot. Matthew be the type to try to aggressively deny all this and try to, wrap us all up in court for umpteen years, knowing damn well. So I'll read the article Patricia Shipp wrote first. Patricia Shipp says, Beyonce hid a secret heartache from her fans during her recent concert tour. Her father was in rehab fighting a drug addiction. That's according to Patricia Shipp at the National Enquirer. The 23-year-old beauty sang her heart out. Good, Patricia. You've done good work on this case, by the way. I mean, everybody's finally talking out. The 23-year-old beauty sang her heart out on stage with Destiny's Child every night during the tour and then broke down in tears backstage. For months, the singer has been caught up in a family nightmare with claims that her dad, Matthew Knowles, harassed one of the background dancers and behaved inappropriately with another woman while in Miami. Now, about the background dancer thing, we heard about that. And then at one point, it was coming to me straight from Houston that Matthew allegedly ran off to Miami with not alone. Am I screaming? Sorry. And then ended up being allegedly in the Bahamas. Friends say that when Beyonce confronted Matthew about sexually harassing, harassing the girl, being inappropriate with, they call it, everybody's very careful about their language, so I will be too, being inappropriate with this girl, Beyonce was devastated to learn of his drug addiction. And sources say the singer was so distraught while on tour with her band in Europe that friends feared that she was on the verge of collapse. To Beyonce and the rest of her family, his behavior finally made sense. Beyonce told her father he needed to get treatment immediately, and although he would remain her at her company, Sanctuary, he would no longer be responsible for managing her career. Now, as it was revealed last month by Patricia Shipp, Beyonce removed Matthew, and then I told you about what Patricia said, removed Matthew from the position of manager and replaced her, and I didn't know this part, with Tina and Jay-Z, her longtime boyfriend. So it was when he and Jay that were going over those business affairs that things started not to add up, if you know what I'm saying. And just the fallout has happened. The Knowles family, they say, will believes in forgiveness, and so they would never give up on him. They're going to keep him in the fray, and I guess stand by him. But as far as management, they say that part is over. Now here's another article from the Globe, and I'm glad to see they're on it too. Now maybe we can get a little update from Entertainment Tonight and smack the ball on home. But I will just say this. The rest of the whisper is that Tina, as disgusted as she might be with Matthew and what he does, allegedly, Tina is just so in love. She ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, Tina will allegedly pay off to keep stories absolutely quiet, which is why you hear things and then things go away, and then you hear things and things go away. And I told you all a story about some grease and some fried chicken and the apartment and Tina being rushed to the emergency room. But here tell that it wasn't grease and fried chicken over her being clumsy. But I'll get into that when I see that the other wags have gotten into it. In the meantime, I'm going to stay in my lane because that's probably what's best. Anyway, back to the article in the Globe magazine. It says Beyonce Knowles on the verge of Destiny's Child split up. Beyonce has also severed business relationship with her father, Matthew, who allegedly harassed one of the background singers. Now, sources say it isn't the first time he's aggressively flirted with dancers, and beautiful Beyonce has had enough. She put up with her dad's behavior for years and thinks it's embarrassing. You remember the two original members of Destiny's Child, LaToya Luckett and Latavia Robertson? Okay. Anyway, Matthew, who remains, they're former members for a reason. They filed a lawsuit against Matthew, and it was settled. Anyway, that was a little nightmare right there. Matthew and Tina remain married. He's landed in trouble with the son of a woman who co-managed Destiny's Child until her death in 1997. The son accused Matthew of squandering money on drugs and prostitution, and it was eventually settled. Yeah. And sources say that Matthew doesn't like Jay-Z, and that's the reason that the two aren't married. But Beyonce did buy a luxury apartment to be close to him in New York. Guess what? I don't think Matthew's opinion, if he was my father, his opinion would no longer matter. If anything, I'd be, thanking my stars that, Jay-Z's in my life, even if he might be even if he might be a wild cheat or whatever. Just for the business tip alone, absorb everything I can from him, and then maybe decide to play, two can play that game with him or whatever. You know what I mean? But, every which way she looks, there's instability. Mom's breaking, supporting dad and Jay-Z and Free and God only knows what else. And Matthew, and then Solange has her own family and a baby, and Solange is like Rebe Jackson of the Knowles family. Leave me alone. I established my, So I feel for Beyonce at this particular time, and I wish you well. Damn you, Matthew. Damn you. Let's continue. We'll turn to Diddy and Misa Hilton Brim next. Keep it here.
Wendy, man.
Presently, my husband just got discharged from the military. But now he's home, and I just want to tell him to get the out.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey everybody, it's me, Wendy Williams. Now, I always bring the heat. And starting now, I'm going to make it extra with the Seagram's Gin and Juice Hot or Not Calendar Girl Contest. The fabulous grand prizes include your own page in the 2006 Seagram's Gin Calendar, an all-expense-paid trip to the island photo shoot, and a professional makeover courtesy of the new Seagram's Gin, and a professional makeover courtesy of the new Seagram's Gin and Juice Red Fury. So, ladies, if you're 25 and older, get your thong. Fellas, snap those pictures. pictures and log on to www.thewendywilliamsexperience.com to learn how to submit your own entry and peep the other photos. Just listen to me every day as I rate the best, the bustiest, and the bootiful, and then check out the website, SeagramsGin.com, to view this year's calendar, girls, and the new bold look of Seagram's Gin and Juice. This is going to be hot, and the only new Seagram's Gin and Juice Red Fury is bringing it to you with me, Wendy Williams. Taking care of your health is important, but it can be expensive. I know a lot of you out there have some trouble paying for your prescriptions, especially when you don't have prescription coverage. Well, the good folks at Walgreens and Together RX Access have a solution for you. Sign up for the new Together RX Access card at Walgreens, and you could start saving 25 to 40% and sometimes more on over 275 brand name prescriptions, including Lipitor, Allegra, and Nexium. Together RX Access even helps you save money on diabetic supplies and on many generic prescriptions too. If you have no prescription coverage, you may qualify for Together RX. Certain income limitations apply. Discounts do vary by drug and pharmacy location. Go by your neighborhood Walgreens today and pick up an application for your Together RX Access card. Walgreens, the pharmacy America trusts.
107.5 WBLS, today's R&B and classic soul, and the home of the Wendy Williams Experience. Right now it's time to win. Caller number 11 at 212-545-1075 picks up a copy of Groove, available wherever books are sold. It's the Summer Beach Read, the new novel by Geneva Holiday. Also, tickets to Orgasms, a play about men and women, their differences and their attitudes, now playing at the Soho Playhouse in Manhattan, courtesy of 107.5 WBLS. And also, we're celebrating the 107 Days of Summer with the Celebrate Brooklyn Festival. It's free concerts at Prospect Park Band Shell, Prospect Park, West and 9th Street in Park Slope. And tonight, Bilal is there performing. He's a neo-soul renaissance man. For a full schedule of events, look for the link at WBLS.com. Call number 11 right now, 212-545-1075. The Summer Beach Read, Groove, Geneva Holiday.
Oh, you guys almost got started without me. 25-cent sodas from the machine, don't you know? It's like a bargain. I am filling up today. I'm drinking all I possibly can. Monday, I'll be back to reality, where everything in the machine starts at $1. Dear Wendy, it's so funny. This fax is titled Wendy Williams Show on the Road. Dear Wendy, I just want to thank you for working on the road. I'm stuck at work. I'm the only one left, and thank God you're on the air live from Detroit. She puts live in quotes like I isn't. I'm hoping you will continue into the bonus hour. Oh, no, that won't happen. There's something happens when they flip the switch from everybody, then it's the best of bonus hour, Edna. But I'm happy to be with you now. That's okay. This tour has taken up any hopes of me going on a summer vacation this summer. So forget it. I just work through the summer. And I try to make vacation where I can. I mean, we stay, the record label has some really nice hotel room and stuff like that. Beautiful bathtub. But I don't want to put my raw ass at the bottom of that there, because then the germ thing kicks in. I can't even enjoy the niceties because I'm so focused on getting sick on the road and what will become of it. I haven't seen my kid in like 2 weeks. I am so, I can't wait. I promised him I'd take him to the Toys R Us tomorrow when we get in. Yeah, well, it becomes working mother syndrome. Do you know how that guilt sets in? Shout out to Alex in Freeport. Alex has big plans for the 4th of July weekend. He says, I bought your CD and I plan on listening to the whole thing on my way to Vermont tonight. Well, Alex, I have to tell you, it is the perfect thing. Actually, he says, Wendy, you can add 3 new sales to your sales to the 8 that you already have, because my parents purchased 8. So thank you. I'm up to 11 plus mine equals 12. I bought one of my own CDs too. It's perfect for the 4th of July. You barbecue and critique. This girl, I forgot her name. Damn, I forgot her name. She listens online in D.C. and she said that for the 4th of July weekend, she's having her girlfriends over to barbecue and have their drinks and critique the CD. I said, great. Well, that's a great idea. So whatever you're doing, try to include a copy of the Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1 CD. I'm not begging. I'm just suggesting. I'm just suggesting. It was 25 cents. Here's to you. It's unbelievable. And guess what? The chips and the snacks are 25 cents too, and the tampons in the bathroom are free. Yeah, they're just sitting in a basket on the sink. They're not charging. Anyway, Philly's on fire this weekend. Live Aid and all that. Shout out to everybody in Philly. Do it up. Stay out of trouble. Dear Wendy, I'm loving your hustle, touring and holding down your radio show at the same time. I do have an issue, though, that I need your advice with. My ex-boyfriend called me and strongly hinted that he needed money to move into a new apartment. He abruptly left his cousin's house where they had an argument, and he just bounced, which is stupid. He works for his cousin's business, so now he has no income and no place to live. He never came out and asked me for the money, but I feel I should help him out. He does have a baby, and I told him to stay with his baby's mother, and he told me that she has 3 other kids and that they don't get along well enough. How ghetto, Wendy. So my question to you is, should I help him out? I'm 29. I'm single. I have no kids. And I do live in my own house all by myself. I don't see a future with him at all, but we had a really cool past while it lasted. I am only talking about giving him some money, not letting him move in with me or anything. We still talk from time to time, and I consider him my friend with a past. Wendy, what do you say? That's from Joy, not my real name. Hell no, Joy. He can put his request where? Back there. And I hate to be cold. I hate to be cold about it. You don't have a relationship with him anymore. And furthermore, if he wants someplace to live, then he needs to go. You suggested the right thing. Stay with your baby's mother. We don't get along like that. Well, you obviously did one night in your life. She was obviously important enough to you that you ran up in her with no condom. She got pregnant and went through with having the baby. Joy, you're not in this. You keep your 29-year-old single money to yourself for your rainy day and your troubles. You don't worry about a grown man and he popped off to somebody who's his employer and the roof over his head. Please, Joy, please. And if he's got anything to say, too bad.
Put that where?
What
Right
else?
there.
What else? Where are we going with this? Oh, we can rehash for a moment. I'm not dwelling on this Terry McMillan thing. I'm disgusted. So to zhuzh it up in a one time, they don't go to court about this divorce until October. In the meantime, she's paying him $2,000 a month spousal support, and she has to pay $25,000 for his legal fees. And she also obtained a restraining order against him, so to keep him away from their $4 million house. Boy, the writing business is good for her, right? And she did discover that he embezzled $200,000 from her bank account during and before their marriage. And he does admit in court papers to a gross error in judgment in taking $62,000 out of her bank account without her knowledge. All right. Well, you know what? You just take that out of his spousal support or whatever. But, Terry, at the end of the day, the biggest thing that seems to be a problem with you is not that he stole from you, but that he's gay. And in my opinion, I thought you knew, because the rest of us out here did. That's right. Dear Wendy, I just want to say that I saw Being Bobby Brown's show and I thought it was good. Whitney is truly ghetto. At times, I think Bobby gets a bad rap because she is worse than him. And those large holes on her face say true drug addict. Let me tell you, when you had Rick James' widow on the show while you were in L.A., I was just disgusted to hear that he didn't leave her, his first son, anything in his will. I went to school with Rick James' son, Rick Jr., and Rick wasn't doing anything for him then. At least he could have done something during his death. All right, I have 30 seconds on the break, but this fax goes on today. And when you spoke about Kenny Anderson, I almost hit the floor. My cousin was married to Kenny and soon to be divorced from him. They also have a son. We haven't gotten the full story, but it could have something to do with Kenny falling down drunk in the middle of the day, and nobody wants anything to do with him. That's from Marndy in Philly. All right, Whitney, is there drug use at this present time?
Who are you talking to?
To you, Whitney. You.
No, you're not talking to me. I'm a mother. Only my mother has privy to that information. You talk to your child about that. Don't ask me no questions like I'm a child. Don't ask me like I'm a child, because I'm not a child, Wendy.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hi, this is Al Jackson. Join me, Debbie B. and Clay Berry every Sunday as we continue to bring you nothing but classics. Ain't nothing changed except the time, 12 noon to 4 p.m. Sunday Classics with Hal Jackson at 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul.
This hour of the Wendy Williams Experience is brought to you by the Play Orgasms.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Wendy, I just went to your website. So where can I see a picture of Artie? Is he really light and curly? Well, no, Art is not light and curly. He's dark and nappy with a little gray patch.
I ain't dark. And I ain't nappy.
Why are you talking like it's a...
Because you... what do you use your eyes for? To do with the
I didn't do any eyes. You were looking down. Why are you...
Why you dark and nappy? What the hell? This is on the website.
What's wrong with being dark?
I ain't never wrong with it, but that's not me, though.
But when I think of light, I'm looking at Trevor.
I ain't I'm not dark. I'm not chocolate. I'm not dark.
Oh, I smell a complexion problem.
I'm brown skin.
However, you have just showed some very true colors.
No, it's not either. Be accurate. Don't it's accurate. Use your eyes. I love chocolate women.
You just don't want to be a chocolate woman yourself, apparently. They're calling you in engineering. That's the end of the hall. Yo, I just wanted him out of here.
That was the bomb one.
Wow. What the F was that? Bipolar situation.
Got him. This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Yeah. Special shout out to Coconuts on Route 22 and CD World Route 22, Scratching Records in Irvington, New Jersey, and Best Buy on Route 22. Thank you, Jersey, for holding me down. My new CD is in stores now. The Wendy Williams Brings the Heat compilation CD on Virgin Records. And if you like it, I love you, and I want to do a volume 2. It's the 4th of July weekend. Just think about that in terms of setting the mood for your party. A special shout out to Jessica in Patterson, who says, Wendy, I love you. I love your CD. Congratulations. Great, thanks. I'm glad that you guys are singing. It's not me trying to sing or trying to rap. I left it up to the professionals like A-Marie and Nas and MOP and whatnot. Special shout out to my son, Kevin. Kevin, Mama! I love you, honey. And I have a surprise for you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow, Kev.
Mama!
All right. Baby. You know what? Shout out to Puffy while we're talking about kids. Shout out to Puffy and shout out to Misa Hilton Brim. Misa, I love that you gave me an interview for my book, The Wendy Williams Experience, pertaining to Puffy and, the inner workings of, what all is going on over there. What you were able to tell me and a little bit more insight into Kim Porter and stuff like that. And, Puffy and I have had our ups and downs, and on any given day, I never know how we really are. And you know what? That doesn't even really matter right now. You can call Puffy a lot of things, and say that, he has shiesty behavior sometimes, I guess, if you've done business with him. Or, hell, there's some people that might even accuse Puffy of having blood on his hands. But one thing that, one thing that I refuse to accuse him of, just because it's my inner gut feeling, and I've accused him of a lot of things, past, present, and probably in the future too. I would never accuse Puffy of being a bad father. That's it, ding. I would never accuse him of being a bad father. And especially not to either of his sons, but especially not the golden boy who is, the heir to the throne. He is not a bad... Hollywood. He's not a bad father to Justin. And I don't care how many times you want to call him out on other things, whether it be bad business or, like blood on him, whatever. This man is not a bad father.
Yeah, that kid looks like he's luxuriating to me.
The kid, you know what? Not for nothing, Misa. And I do go with the woman in most situations, except in the case of Terry McMillan, and now I guess in the case of you, because I cannot understand. Oh God! And you know what? Even if his child support needs to be brought up from $5,000 a month, which by the way, Misa, I co-signed with you on that one. I think that it is absolutely out of order and appalling that he's going to have to fork over what is going to equal the biggest child support ruling awarded ever in the state of New York City. More than $250,000 a year on an 11-year-old boy. Now, it does sound like a sister is trying to cake off big time. And I hate to, Hollywood, do you understand how I feel right now? I feel kind of maybe betraying because she gave me a great interview, because she at one point headed up Apple Bottom Jeans and turned me on to the line, hey, Apple Bottom, and whatnot. But I'm sorry, nobody ever said it was fair in what I do. What I do is I'm a set-sider in this pop culture thing, and I try to bite my tongue on certain things, and I hate tainting the product because at the end of the day, it is about the listener. You know what I mean? And I've held my tongue. I mean, this boy Justin was on the front page of the damn New York Post last week with the father of Puffy, and I held my tongue on that. I can't do it anymore. Here's what Puffy's quote is: "This is not about the money. It's about me as a father. And this is not about my son. My child is being used. There is a scam that's going on here. This is not this money is not going to be spent on Justin. This is about somebody wanting another car, another piece of jewelry, some new coats, and I'm going to fight this to the highest court." I mean, I'd fight. And may the best person win, but in the meantime, it's terrible that you have to fight, because now it's going to continue to. Misa just got divorced, or is in the process of getting divorced from JoJo Brim, and she's not with Apple Bottom anymore. So does she have another job making it like a nice 6-figure income? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But I don't see him being a bad father to Justin. And doggone it, if Puffy's a bad father to Justin, well, Puffy, that is the last straw. That is the last straw. I'm able to look at you with the crooked eye on, all of the above, but not being a father to your kids. Hell, you even take care of Albie Shore's kid because he can or won't or whatever. Well, it is what it is. He takes care of his kids that aren't even his. All right, enough of that. Well, you don't have to clap. I'm just making a statement. Shout out to Deuce Staley of the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to the girl who thought she had Deuce's bracelet. I got a response. Shout out to everybody in Philly. Wendy, I heard you were talking about the bracelet that I found at the Tropicana in Atlantic City this past weekend that belonged to Deuce Staley of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Excuse me. I am a close friend of number 22 and called him and asked him if it was indeed his bracelet, and he said that he was looking at it as we spoke. He said that whoever found the bracelet was not his, and they can do whatever they want with it. Okay, so you can keep the bracelet now, lady. Shout out to Titanium. Sorry. Well, first of all, shout out to Stan's Music Box in Brooklyn. Shout out to FYE in Rockefeller Center. Shout out to all the Walmarts and Kmarts and whatnot across the country. Thank you for holding a woman down. Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1 is in stores now. Shout out to Titanium Records in Augusta, Georgia. Pyramid Music in Augusta, Georgia. And Target on Akon in South Carolina. You know what I mean? Hugh Hefner is planning on opening his Playboy Mansion for the public after his death. If you think you're a germaphobe when you just stay someplace like the Four Seasons, imagine walking through there. Do you know what I was like when I went to the Playboy Mansion for the VH1 Wendy Williams is on Fire? Oh, my lordy, lordy, lordy. I was a mess. And the air in the grotto is so thick. It is so thick. It was just ew. So, the word on the street is that Kevin Federline has been calling and spending a lot of time with Shar Jackson since Britney is 7 months pregnant and excuse me, Britney is 6 months pregnant. Shar was 7 months pregnant when Kevin left her for Britney. Meanwhile, Shar's oldest is like 11 months, they say now, or youngest. So, for a while there, they say the pregnancy was bringing them closer together. But you know that show Chaotic, boy, that drove a wedge in everything because nobody watched it. It was terrible, so it blew up in their faces. And Britney is blowing up as well. She's, they say she's eating a lot. Although the pictures that I see of her, she's not like a total fatso to me. I mean, 6 months, that was my size at 6 months. I mean, but for my frame. But then again, I did gain 103 pounds during pregnancy, so maybe you do need to slow down, Brittany. She's eating lots, and her hormones are going crazy. And Shar Jackson has been more than willing to be that kind of shoulder for him to lie on and complain about the home front. Mm-hmm. Do I smell paybacks for real? Oh. Dear Wendy, I was at the BET Awards extravaganza, and I had a few celebrity spottings. Eddie Murphy and his wife were at the Cheesecake Factory in Beverly Hills. He was polite and said hello with a slight smile, and a wave, meaning now don't come over here. I already acknowledged you. Oh, yeah. And Dwayne Martin, she spotted at the Renaissance Hotel in California. He was walking with another Mo and acting like he was an A-list celebrity by barely speaking, please. Oh, damn. And my third celebrity spotting is Lauryn Hill at the Renaissance Hotel at the elevator. So my cousin and I are in the elevator going down to the lobby the day after the awards, and the elevator stops, and in walks 2 guys and 2 girls. My head was down, and as I looked up and around, I noticed that one of the women was Miss Hill, looking straight up like the Hamburglar from the hair. She's looking at the hair. Shut up! Looking like the Hamburglar or Ringo Starr. Take your pick. She had that stupid wig on, Wendy. I could tell by her demeanor that she was a little uncomfortable. So, being a fan and not wanting to interrupt her casual conversation that she was having with another woman, I waited until there was a lull in the conversation. I leaned over and I said, "I love your music," and she gave me the ghetto nod and didn't even smile. She was too good. It's like she was too good to even say the words "thank you." I couldn't wait to get back and fax you. My cousin wanted to 2-piece her across her face because she knows I'm a big fan of hers. It's not my fault that you had 3 babies with a married man. That's on you, dummy. Anyway, I digress. You're right, Wendy. She's an absolute mess. Let her have it in my honor, please. No, I'm exhausted. Big up, Bigfoot girls. That's how she signs it. I'm exhausted. I mean, Lauryn Hill's a mess. I thought we dealt with that and kind of put that on the back burner.
Put that where?
Back there, Vivica.
Where? Back there.
Back there. Do we have time to play the whole speech? A lot of people don't know where that came from. Oh, hell, it's a holiday weekend. There's a captive audience in the traffic. Go ahead and play the whole thing. Oh, wait, let me give you a chance to get it up. I forgot you're not that smart. I mean, that fast with the buttons. No. Oh, yes, you are. Look at you pressing. A lot of people, listen, they want to reject. Go ahead.
I've been in the game for 10, 15 years. I didn't need to exploit or use nobody. My films have grossed over $1 billion worldwide. I ain't got to use nobody for no cover of no magazine. I've been on magazines forever. So he can put that where? Back there. Y'all don't know. I've been waiting on a year to say that, child. I've been holding my tongue. I've been holding my tongue, not saying nothing. Letting him talk all kind of shit.
And that was Vivica Fox talking about 50 Cent, who ended their relationship in a very public way. And by going on a radio program and talking very, very badly about Vivica. So, she was at a news conference, I think, a press conference or backstage or something for one of them Negroidian award shows. And, people were raising their hands and asking her about the 50 Cent relationship. So that was her speech. Hey, Nick Carter's in alcohol treatment for 3 months. He's one of the Backstreet Boys. And he's also going to have 3 years of informal probation. He also had to pay a $1,200 fine, and his driving privileges have been put on restriction for 90 days. It was back in March that 25-year-old Nick was pulled over in California during a routine traffic stop, and turns out he was a little drinky and was arrested on suspicion of DWI. And what his people said, that is, he was taking doctors' prescribed medicine and he was unaware of the potential negative interaction with alcohol. Whatever. Vivica says it best.
Put that where?
Anyway.
Back there.
Exactly. Hello. Oh, the Howard Stern show. Remember I was telling you that E dropped it? It could possibly get picked up on Spike TV. That would make sense. The E show, onto Spike TV. That would make sense. I still don't even know what channel that is on my TV. Spike TV, do you? We have one more break left in the show, and then it's time for me to go back out in the streets of Detroit and hustle my CD. I'm on the last stop on my radio tour, or CD tour, whatever. I'm so tired. I want to come home.
It's Wendy, man.
I want to fuck dirty to you, watch you eat each other, like feed off your face, get another woman up, hire a hooker, get some coke. Let's do it.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
I want to talk to you about a book called Groove. It's the new book by Geneva Holiday. It's all about 4 friends and one sultry, steamy summer in New York City. First, you'll meet Geneva. Geneva happens to be in the book a single mom who can't resist her ex-husband's toe-curling booty calls. Ooh, shut your mouth. Then there's her friend Chevy, and we all got a Chevy in our lives. I happen to be the Chevy in my life. A weave-wearing, silk nail-wrapping diva who's on a mission to catch herself a wealthy man. Oh, well, not that part. Not for me. But that's Chevy. And then there's Crystal. Crystal is the friend with the perfect apartment and perfect boyfriend. And he's got a secret lifestyle. Oh, this is a fabulous read. Did I mention their gay friend Noah? Turns out he likes the ladies, and he's calling himself gay. So he's heterosexual on the down low. Shut up. This book is called Groove, and it's in stores now. So pick up Groove by Geneva Holiday.
107.5 WBLS, today's R&B and classic soul. Trev Hollywood holding down the technical side of the Wendy Williams Experience. Mount Vernon, join WBLS tonight and every Friday at Lounge 42 at 42 West Broad Street for the WBLS live broadcast. Ladies 23, gentlemen 25 and older, doors open at 11 p.m. Also, Long Island City, join the WBLS street team this Sunday, July 3rd at Major Auto, 4340 Northern Boulevard. The WBLS Hummer marks the spot at 11 a.m. Also, WBLS and Peppers Entertainment presents the WBLS Music Festival, Saturday, July 9th and Sunday, July 10th at Croton Point Park in Croton-on-the-Hudson, New York. Saturday, July 9th, performances by Stephanie Mills, Pieces of a Dream, Bob Baldwin, and many more. Then the following day, Sunday, July 10th, more performances by the Ohio Players, Bobby Caldwell, Roy Ayers, and more. Sponsored by MSN Music. Buy one song for 99 cents. Get your next 5 for free at music.msn.com. For directions and more information, call 866-373-5299. Celebrating the 107 days of summer, 107.5 WBLS, today's R&B and classic soul, and the Wendy Williams Experience.
He's got the heat. Wendy's got the heat. The heat. The heat. The heat. The heat. The heat.
bitch.
Sang, girl, sang. Oh, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, you silly goose. Special shout out to Baby Paul. And shout out to Keno and Toad and Bird and all my Eugene's crew. All my Manhattan crew of Eugene's. Yeah. I'll be off the road and there to break bread again soon. Hey, do you guys know that Charlotte Church person? Oh, you know, I knew the name, but I wasn't familiar with where I knew it. And then you guys were the ones who told me that that's the person who performed. What? Oh, Luther Vandross passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, shout out to Miss Vandross. Oh, turn this up. No, you got two things running at one time. Turn up the music bad. Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm in a makeshift studio, and I have nothing to say regarding, you know, who he leaves behind and whatnot. But Luther Vandross gave us so many years of great music and great entertainment. You know, we all know that he had his stroke, and I think a lot of times it was masked that, you know, Luther was doing better than he actually was. You know, follow your late breaking news tonight and you will find out more regarding that. I have nothing in front of me. I have no source. As a matter of fact, because it's the 4th of July weekend, I don't even think because I'm not in a radio station. I'm like in a broadcast facility. What? Oh. Yeah, I think I'm the only one here in this building right now. I was at, Chicago has Chicago Gay Pride going on all this week, and I was at an art gallery last night, and shout out to Otis, this fat queen named Otis, who reminded me of Pepper LaBeija. Hey, Otis, I mean that in the best way. He said, "Did you hear Luther passed away?" But it wasn't. He didn't mean it. He was trying to be witty, like he was passing along information to me. And I remember saying to him, "Otis, that's not funny." And, you know, anyway. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. A moment of silence for Luther Vandross. So I don't know when this happened. I don't know. I know nothing. I mean, you know. So I'll move on. But then revisit the whole thing. Well, Hollywood, make sure. Damn, we're not even here to do a musical tribute. I was going to say, let's put a tribute together and everything. But you know what? Tuesday is not too late. We have off all weekend. We have off Monday. Let's try to gather as much Luther music as possible. And we'll do like a Luther medley. Get Art on it. He did a really good job with the New Edition medley. Maybe we'll do, you know, the Luther medley or something. So, it's anticlimactic, I mean, to go to other things, but what else to say about this? If this happened this morning, I'm just as stunned as you all are. I've been out of the loop. Charlotte Church moved out of her luxury apartment because she didn't want to be bothered cleaning it. And Charlotte Church performed at the MTV Awards. That's where she first came to light. She's 19 years old. She moved to a new house right down the road. Here's her quote. "I've been staying with my Nana recently because my house needs such a good cleaning. I can't even bother going in it. It's been nice. My Nana has been doing all my wash. She rings me up and she says, 'I've got cottage pie. Hurry up home.'" Boy. Oh, and repeating the story about Queen Latifah, I rather like this story, and I like Latifah's mother, Rita Owens. So I like this story that Rita Owens is opening a soul food restaurant in Hackensack, New Jersey. It's called Mango's Caribbean and Soul, and I don't know Latifah to be Caribbean, but apparently Miss Owens is looking for the best Jamaican chefs around. Dear Wendy, I have a comment to make about Terry McMillan. She knew the deal with her husband. Well, ex-wife now. How you doing? Like you said, Miss Wendy, there ain't too much a 20-year-old gay man can do to disguise his whole situation. When in reality, I'm a 25-year-old black professional gay male from New Jersey, and I would know too. She shouldn't have put him on with her professionalism. there isn't a man on earth that would refuse a professional. Oh, yeah. And she shouldn't have married him, period. I agree with you there. And I don't care what anyone says, she knew he was gay. What she should have done instead of marriage was brought something like a vibrator with some AA batteries and satisfied both of them so she can put her complaint where? Back there. I love your show. I'm going to cop your CD today. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you very much. By the way, shout out to my channel, VH1. I see we're gearing up for Hip Hop Honors again. It's going to be September 22nd at the Hammerstein Ballroom, but the show is actually going to air on September 26th. I like that my show put this Hip Hop Honors on last year, my channel, and they're doing it again this year. So both Biggie Small and Big Daddy Kane will get their props this year at the VH1 Hip Hop Honors. This is the second annual one. I want to be out there on that red carpet asking everybody where their life insurance is. And did they just survive in the game or did they thrive in it? It's always fun talking to the old school. You know, T.I., everybody's about to make his feature film debut. Well, it's untitled, but it's a musical. A musical! Hello! T.I. A musical. Oh, I don't like musical and T.I. in the same sentence. No, really, dog. It's a musical ensemble comedy set in a hip-hop roller skating rink. So T.I. apparently is going to be someplace in there. The project was known originally as Jelly Beans. And T-Boz from TLC. By the way, when does Who Wants to Be Left Eye, the next Left Eye, when does that come on TV? The what is it called, the TLC show? Who Wants to Be the Third Member of TLC, whatever? I can't believe that actually got off the ground. That's just so unbelievable to me. I can't believe a show like Dancing with the Stars is on TV, though. And you all luxuriate in it. You watch it, you love it. Now Fox is planning a show called Skating with Celebrities, a skating competition. So now, you want to know where we're going from here? It's all downhill with these reality shows. It's all downhill. Wendy, I just want to give my take on Bobby Brown's show. It was wonderful and insightful. I could not imagine what it's like to live like that in a fishbowl. You want to know what? Sidebar, that's what I was thinking while I was watching it. Like, while people were like bugging them and stuff, I'm like, you know what? They do love each other. And there's my commercial on TV. Oh, shut up. Let me turn up 30 seconds my behind. You better turn down the sound. Let me turn up this volume. Turn down the sound on this radio. Go, Wendy. Go, Wendy.
And whoa from MOP.
Go, Wendy. It's on BET, y'all.
So pick up my new CD, Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1, in stores now. It's fire!
Fire! You better work, Miss Wendy. All right. I will never get over that feeling. That's a really weird feeling. I'm sitting here doing the radio. I've got BET on mute here in the studio. Huh? Is it time to go home? Oh, yes. Take me out with the Luther Vandross music. Rest in peace, Luther Vandross, you guys. Have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Oh, gosh. Thank you for making me feel like I'm back home, even though I'm out on the road promoting my CD. If you feel, you can cop that this weekend. Wendy Williams Brings the Heat, Volume 1, in stores now. And I'll be back at my usual perch on Tuesday, all right? Everybody be safe and have a good 4th of July weekend. Be good to each other. Bye-bye. I love you for listening.
These party people. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready? How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you. I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out. Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
All right. I made it in just in time. I was in the back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can turn down the. Yeah, you can turn down the heat. Yeah. Sorry. Taryn, can you come from the office and yeah. Okay. Oh, never mind. Zoe's here. Oh, Zoe's got attitude. The attitude of yes, you do. Are you okay? Yeah. If you would take off your jacket, then you'd be even. You see, I'm not the only one who's cold around here. Here, caller number 10. 11.
You mad at me again?
Huh?
No.
Are you? Yeah, you mad at Trevor? A little bit.
He's kind of mean to us interns.
No. What it is that I got to keep you on the point because a lot of the interns come in here and think they're supposed to be all good, and you got to pay dues.
Yeah. By the way,
nobody's getting nothing they don't deserve.
By the way, there's an intern in production who's getting paid. It's a paid summer internship. She's from Howard. And I asked, yeah, that's right. And she's not here today. She was here yesterday, and I was in there recording from one of my other 25 jobs, Henrietta Hustle. Hello. And she was sitting in the room, and Anthony walked out. That's head of what is Anthony's title?
He's the production director of the station.
So he was engineering my recording, and he walked out of the room. So the young lady was sitting there. I said, "Are you enjoying your internship? Are you learning a lot?" And somehow we got into talking, and she let me know there was a paid internship. And I was like, "What?"
Wow. You know how long it took me to start getting paid? Oh, close to 2 years. And I don't mean to be mean, but nobody's gonna get nothing they don't.
Yeah, that's right. I treat the internships like they're jobs. We fire them and everything, just like a real job. This is your pink slip.
So I've been cracking the whip all week.
Yeah, well.
But we love them.
Yeah, we do love them. They work hard. They do. They work very hard. Mario Winans suffered a loss in his family. His uncle passed away, Ronald Winans. 48 years old. I don't have the story right in front of me, but he was 48. He was admitted to the hospital. The doctors discovered inflammation. Next thing you know, he's dead. Isn't that terrible? Ronald Winans, rest in peace. Such a young man. Patti LaBelle is about to live it up with a new venture. A new season of Living It Up with Patti LaBelle debuts on TV. Oh, this is TV One. This is one of my radio crime bosses, Kathy Hughes. She has Radio One, the radio company. They own a whole bunch of stuff. I happen to work for her station out in Los Angeles. Well, Patti is going to have a TV show called Living It Up with Patti LaBelle on TV One. 8 p.m. Do you get this at your house? I don't even get this. What channel is this? Can somebody fax me and tell me? Does it look like the red light in there, Kira, is blinking on the fax? Everything is okay with the fax machine?
It looks like it.
Okay. Well, can somebody fax me and just let me know, if you live in Essex County, where is TV One for us? I would like to start watching this TV One. 8 episodes were ordered of The Patti Show. It premieres each and every Friday at 8 p.m. I get home at 8. Friday nights, I'm looking for something to watch. I would love to see this. It repeats on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 2:30 p.m. 7 new episodes will then follow in the fall. Apparently, it's going to take viewers into the recording studio behind the scenes to look at Patti making her latest CD, Classic Moments, which is scheduled to be released on June 21st. Additional footage is of Patti in her home in Philadelphia. And it's also going to follow Patti on her London tour, as well as celebrity stylists. She'll also introduce viewers to a number of prominent other, of her African-American women friends. And I would like to see this show. I would like to have this channel in my house. I'd be happy if I could start watching the Oxygen Network so I can catch Patsy and Adina on AbFab too. We don't have that at my house. I don't know why. Or maybe I'm not looking hard enough. You know, believe it or not, I don't go past 123. And I only go up that high because 123 is Noggin. That's my son. I love TV so much. If all we were is 2, 4, 7, 11 and like back in the day, I could still find something interesting to watch. I love TV. So, let's talk about the Runaway Bride. So this Runaway Bride has made a deal with a company that is pitching a television movie about her life. Officials are annoyed because they spent thousands of dollars searching for her. And she's saying, this is the best thing that could have ever happened to me in my life. The president of the company president's name is Judith Regan. We're familiar with her. She's the book editor, book publisher. Regan Media is doing it. Regan says, I'm looking forward to developing the script project with Jennifer Wilbanks and her fiance, John Mason. You know, she's engaged all over again. There's an unexpected and compelling story of love and forgiveness that has certainly taught me a thing or two. Well, no. I said I don't have cash. Why are you passing me notes like that?
She was here till 4 o'clock in the morning.
She was? What was she doing here until 4 o'clock in the morning? Waiting for Steve Harvey? Who was she here with? Steve? Vaughn? Champagne? How you doing? Who was she here with? She's an intern.
Taryn. Her and Taryn was here kind of late.
On that big, soft couch in our office.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zoe. I feel bad now. She's been grinding all day, too.
As well she should. She's got a great internship.
Yeah, but I would have eased up if I knew she was here till 4 o'clock.
She didn't have to come in today.
Exactly.
How come she didn't call?
She wanted to grind.
As well she should.
Exactly.
When I was an intern, I was only assigned to intern, I think, 2 days a week. I used to go 5 days a week. And I'd have to get on the subway. Have you ever been to Medford, Massachusetts? The radio station was in a trailer, a luxurious trailer, Kiss 108. It's a very, moneyed station in Boston. It was in a trailer in the middle of nowhere. I'd get on the subway and go out there, and then Matt would talk about he wants something to eat. You have to get back on the subway. It wasn't like a metropolis where I say I want a Diet Coke, you just go downstairs. You got to get back on the subway to get to a store. 5 days a week I would do that on my own dime. Nobody would pay me. Nobody would buy me nice shoes from Marmy Shoes. Steve Madden, I'd be treating the girls. Nice stuff. He would say, keep the change. It'd be pretty good change, though, because he'd give me a $50 bill. I'd get him a muffin and, like, a coffee, and the change would be crazy. And that's what led me to more insight into a jock's lifestyle. Like, ooh. Between the Porsche and the parking lot, and his fly clothes and the stories that I would overhear him telling about, he'd get a free dinner here or a great seat at a restaurant there, and then he'd give me a $50 bill. He would say, just keep the change. And I'd say, you gave me a 50, not a 20. He said, yeah, Wendy, I know. You can keep it. I'm like, this is the business for me. But only if you're doing it big. Only if you're doing it big. Because as a jock, you can make anything from $5,000 a year all the way. Well, exactly. All the way up. And he was doing the damn thing. The old house with a pool, maid walking around doing stuff. All I was going to add to the pop star story, the R&B diva story, well, the pop world loves her as well, is that allegedly, not only is her father a crackhead who is missing in action right now with his rocks and his young chicks, young like his daughter. And not only allegedly has he embezzled from her $18 million, but the other part to the story is that her mother is still deeply in love with him. And anytime a story pops up regarding this man, the mother, or scandality regarding to him and young girls, him and, sex and crack and whatnot. I'm fine. Thank you, Zoe. Did you have the radio on in that other room?
No. Were you guys talking about me?
But of course. We're talking about how you... Wait, hold on. Here comes Taryn.
Y'all talking about her too?
What were you girls doing here until 4 o'clock in the morning together? Oh my God. Hit the proper button. on that soft, luxurious couch.
We had some dudes in the office,
Well, no, you didn't, because Zoe is a virgin. But I know as a virgin, technically speaking, being that you can't penetrate, Taryn, she could still, you know what I'm saying? How you doing, girls? All right.
We were going to party.
That you were working it out, right, Trav?
Working for the
All
party.
right. I bet you were working and partying. All that brown juice and liquor at the bar in the office. Mm-hmm. All right. No, girls, I appreciate your hard work. I appreciate you all being able to be a part of the jokes here on the show as well. You're not offended, are you?
No.
All right. How you doing? All right. You say it, Zoe.
How you doing?
All right. And Terry, you say it. All right. There they go. Back to the office together. But I would want to see the Runaway Bride movie. I mean, I know what she's done and what she cost the people and how crazy it is and whatnot, but people do get cold feet. Some more extreme than others. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so she pays off everybody. This is back to the blind item, the $18 million, the crack and whatnot. See, you thought I was going to forget, didn't you? So it's being alleged that the mother of the pop star, or the R&B star, pays off everybody, and it's known in the hometown, you know what I mean, that she is sickly still just in love with him, and divorce is not an option. And for good or for bad, the daughter watches all of this happen and is totally sticking by her mother. As the mother writes checks and pays off, it's not the mother that has the money, it's the daughter that has the money. But, the mother and daughter, it's the mother and daughter against the father, basically, in terms of, and the daughter loves her, she loves her father, but her father's a mess, a real mess. And I'm telling you right now, this is about to be the hottest story of the summer. And as soon as I get a telephone call to collabo, I am. But you're not going to read my name in the article. So far, the magazines are not on it. Well, you know what? The Star and Inquirer are on it, and then all of a sudden they stop. You got to stay on it. I'm telling you, there's more to the story. I can be one of your sources, but that's how you'll have to list me. You're not going to list me as Wendy Williams. I'll tell you more. All I have to do is be egged on. By the way, Destiny's Child and Linkin Park. Destiny's Child has been added on. I told you guys that 50 Cent backed out of that Live 8 concert in Philadelphia, July 2nd. This is going to be a big show. You might want to take a trip to Philly for this. Destiny's Child and Will Smith, Bon Jovi, yada, yada, yada. Jay-Z's on it. Stevie Wonder, Maroon 5, Puffy, Rob Thomas. It's great. And, of course, this concert in Philadelphia is one of 5 shows aimed to raise awareness of poverty in developing countries. And I think that's a terrific cause. This just in. We hear Britney Spears is determined to make Kevin Federline a movie star. The pop princess has asked pal Madonna to get hubby Guy Ritchie to cast Kevin in his next film. Apparently, pushy Britney has been bombarding them with pictures of Kevin doing, see, you can't do that on the news, along with character suggestions. The sources say Britney is convinced that Kevin... Are you thinking like what I'm thinking? Imagine if I was doing the news and the laugh track happened.
I'm hearing all the sound effects.
Yeah, I hear
I'm
sound
hearing
effects in my head all the time. Yes. Britney is convinced. Back to my lead story. Britney is convinced that Kevin has what it takes, and she's using her contacts to make it happen. Queen Latifah has reportedly failed to pay rent on her company, Ghetto Works Inc. Well, their office space hasn't paid rent since November of 2004. Latifah's company is involved apparently in some legal wranglings with the landlord over the office space in New Jersey. According to page6.com, they say her bill paying is the worst, but the past 5 years of behavior has not been good. They're in litigation with her right now. Her bodyguards are threatening. A source also slammed Latifah's security arrangement, questioning the attitudes of her staff, saying her bodyguards are threatening. That's code word for black and big. Yeah. I got another blind item for you. I shared it earlier, but I'll get a Tourette's moment like I did for everybody earlier. Okay. You've done all the math and you know what's going. Okay. This particular celebrity is so strung out, it's doubtful that a comeback will ever be made. First, heroin, then crack, and now crystal meth. Unfortunately, this celebrity can afford their habit, and smokes meth all day in a dark room. This celebrity is also very paranoid and has isolated themselves from their family. This situation is so bad, newspapers have already written their obituary. This is very sad. They say there because they're trying not to point finger to the sex, but I'll say he, if I'm guessing correctly. And, it's very unfortunate. He started out to be such a good-looking and talented man, lending so much sex appeal to the music industry. If it's what I'm talking about, the recent mugshot picture, if that's any indication, he looked like Old Dirty Bastard in the mugshot. The late, great Old Dirty Bastard. But he just, ballooned up, and his hair was all akimbo and whatnot. Special shout out to BJ from Baby Fat. My girl Medina is getting a dress, I don't know if it's a dress, but I just know clothes. So shout out to Baby Fat. That's what's up. All right, you guys. I think it's time to go into a break. And, well, thank you. And it's funny when you gave yourself your own clap. You gave yourself the claps. It's time to go into a break, and when we come back, we'll round out the bonus hour. Don't forget, Vaughn's up at 7 on 107.5 WBLS.
Hey, what's up? This is China Doll joining the hour, and you're listening to Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WBLS. Hey!
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for being here. My attorney, Ray Hamlin, is doing things. You know, he just got something that he was one of like 50 attorneys from around the country who were hand-selected by Oxford University to speak on civil rights, diversity, and you know, racial equality and whatnot. So congratulations, Ray. Hey, Wendy, the guy that does the weather on the Fox Morning News, Mike Woods, looks good. He's got a nice smile and bright white teeth, and his body looks like it's good, too. Can you do a dating game with him if he's available? Because I would so want to be there. That's from the Evil Diva. Well, Evil Diva, first you got to take the evil and possibly the diva out of your name. I mean, you know, when you're dating, you might just want to drop the evil. Dear Wendy, I have a girlfriend that has had herpes for a few years. Now, she's taking medication and has not had a breakout in 2 years. At least that's what she says. But here's the problem. Since she's been diagnosed, her sex life has not slowed down, meaning she's not telling the men that she is intimate with that she has the disease. We have had several indirect talks about it, Wendy, but how or should I approach her about what she's doing? Whether she has had outbreaks or not, it's wrong for her not to tell men that she's dealing with yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I know... Wait, hold on. One of the reasons I'm getting concerned is one of the guys that she's getting to know is one of my male friends. No, we've never been intimate, but he's like a brother to me, and I've known him for a long time. Should I tell him not to have sex with her, or should I approach her? I love both of them to death, but I'm very protective of my little... I'd tell him. I don't even need to read anymore. I would tell him confidentially, and if he has any respect for her whatsoever, or any maturity, he wouldn't blow up her spot and say, you know, you weren't going to tell me you've got a loose lifestyle, or you got herpes, and you wouldn't have told me. And no, I would definitely tell him. And normally my rule is stay out of grown people's business. And no, it's none of your business to go approach her about her sex life. She's not having sex with you. And she's not having sex with your brother, or she's about to have sex with your friend. So instead of approaching her, approach your friend. Yeah. She's nasty. She's nasty and she stink. And I know you never let her borrow your new Joe jeans. All hot and sweaty up in the club. In your crotch. I told you guys I was going to tell you about Darryl Strawberry's wife, and I'm sorry that I never got around to it, but it's the end of the week, and I have to finish this story. So, you know, she says she doesn't like to be called a baseball player's wife, but that's what she is. But here's her quote. It really annoys me when people try to call me a baseball player's wife because I've always had career aspirations. There's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom, as many baseball players' wives are, but I've always been career-oriented. Charisse is in her final year of a 3-year contract with a Fox local affiliate, Bay News 9. I believe that's out in California, they say. But she won't divulge much more other than saying, I'm weighing other options. It goes on to say the topic came up with pal Star Jones, co-host of The View. Then Charisse met Bay. What topic came up? Featured a report, yada, 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 yada. Okay. Everybody's friends with Star Jones. You are a baseball player's wife, and yes, you have your own career. But, you know, if you are on Bay Fox 5 and not, you know, in L.A., which is the second largest media market, or New York, if you're in one of these side joints, then your husband's career is still bigger than yours. So, you are a baseball player's wife, Cherie. That might make you wince, but it is what it is, girl. I gotta go. All right, you all, have a lovely weekend. I love you for listening. Vaughn Dix with the Quiet Storm on 107.5 WBLS. Bye-bye.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Oh, man!
And WBLS music